Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tanisha Blackwell and today we are getting my home gym together. Finally, the last time I brought you into this space, I was actually building these floating shelves that you see here. If you haven't checked that video out, please feel free to do so. It was a really good project, very fun and easy for me. I loved every minute of it because I like working with my hands. And so if you're curious about my process or how I did it, please check that video out. I think it'll be a great watch. It's a good video. But since that video, we have actually done nothing else in this space, which for me, I feel like that's very ridiculous because I've ordered a ton of stuff, but just haven't prioritized putting it in here. And it's been sitting in my garage for months waiting for me to do something with it. I finally said to my husband, now is the time. Today is the day. We're not going to procrastinate and put this off any longer. We're actually going to prioritize the gym. Even if we have to take it in bite-sized pieces so that we can put all this stuff together, then that's what we're going to do and continue building from there. We are installing the Major Fitness Lightning F35 Power Rack. I also purchased some LED lights. When I saw on Amazon that Govee actually makes one that has the diffuser channel, I said, okay, I'm purchasing these and these are going in the gym. I haven't decorated these shelves yet, so I might also do that. So stay tuned if you want to see how this gym comes together. Not necessarily saying that this is the finished product today, but it's going to give us some much needed progress so that we can actually start using what we pay for. Small update, the last time we were here, this was on the white wall and the treadmill was on the black wall. But the footprint of this black wall is a lot bigger, so we decided to switch it and put the power rack on the black wall and move the treadmill to the white wall to really maximize the space. And I think it's a better layout. We can actually leverage this space right here on the sides of the rack to hang up the weight plates, whereas before on the white wall, we would have probably only had one side to do that. So right now, what I need to do is finish screwing this stringer onto the top. We've already done the bottom one and it's on there, it's not going anywhere. But I need to finish screwing this one in and tightening the bolts so that we can then attach it to the wall. The only problem with this is having to use one wrench to hold the bolt in place and another one to screw it. What a pain. And I don't have a bit for my driver that would allow me to do this any faster, so I literally have to do it this way. You know how many bolts have had to be tightened? My husband helped, but it has been a lot of tightening. Okay, done with that. It is now safe and secure and not going anywhere. And now it is time to attach it to the wall. Behind this wall, we do have our basement kitchen. So there is plumbing and electrical wiring and AC and all of that, in addition to the studs inside of the walls. So I'm using this stud finder that's gonna not only locate the studs, but also any plumbing, any wiring, and any metal that we need to avoid. Because I do not wanna drill into that and create any issues here in this house. I like to also go in with this one. It's a lot more basic in functionality, but I find that this one is usually spot on. So I just like to go and double check with this to make sure the other one is right. Okay, marked my studs. You can't see because it's a pencil mark, but stud here, stud here, stud here, which I think it works pretty well. I'm gonna find some additional studs to just make sure that I'm actually covering the full width of the stringer. And the good thing about a stringer is that it has all of these open spaces, and you can use any of them to actually screw the thing into the wall where your studs land. So you don't have to make sure that any one point meets up with a stud. You have so much space to choose from. So that's why I bought the stringer. A lot of people have used the 2x4 method and attached the 2x4 to the wall and then attached the unit to the 2x4. I don't like the way that looks. There's nothing wrong with doing it, but it just doesn't meet my needs from an aesthetics perspective. So I went ahead and invested in the stringers that are also made by Major Fitness. I think it just looks a lot better and cleaner in my opinion. 1, 2, 3, slide. Okay. Did that make a material difference? I think it's fine. Let's just. Okay. Like, okay. Ready. Okay, that one's on the wall. Okay, see you later. So the lag screw I have has a 7/16 head. I think the core of it is a 1/4. So I'm gonna get a drill bit that is a tiny bit smaller than a 1/4 so that it has something to bite into. So I got 3/16 and I think that's gonna work out very well just based on the size of this. All right, here we go. Okay, weird angle, but whatever. I found this ratchet that my dad gave me. I just put the hex head inside of here and it fit perfectly. So I'm gonna try this out and see if it works to just tighten it and get it closer to the wall. Got this one. Oh, perfect. This works very well. So I will just have to hand ratchet them off so that I can ensure the security of them. Whew, okay, one more. Can I reach that from here? Yeah. All right, this thing is not going anywhere now. The amount of attachment points I have on here in the top and the bottom is super sturdy. It doesn't even shake or anything. So, very happy with that. Pull-up test. Can you do? Okay. How's it feel? Secure. One upgrade that I am going to make after I prove to myself that I can consistently come down here and use this is purchasing the weight stack that Major Fitness has now manufactured to upgrade this machine. Right now it is plate loaded. I know that's probably going to be a big pain to just keep putting the plates on and off. And I've heard that in order to truly utilize gym equipment, it needs to be as easy as possible and frictionless as possible. And I know that if it's easier for me to just kind of take the pin out of the weight stack and put it where it needs to go, that would make me more prone to using the machine. So I'm going to prove to myself that I can be consistent, and then I'm going to invest in the upgrade and switch it out for the weight stack. So I purchased 2 of these Govee strip light with cover from Amazon. I have to be honest that I have historically not been a fan of LED lights in general, just because I don't like it when you can see the individual dots of light that are running through the strip. No shade to people who do enjoy that look of the individual lights. I just don't prefer it. And so I've never purchased LED lights for that reason, because I didn't know that you could buy a product that came with a diffuser channel. So now that I've found that, I'm gonna do some testing and see how it works. And I'm really excited to try this out because now I have that diffuser channel and I don't have to worry about those little dots showing. There honestly are so many settings that you can put the lights on, but look at this. This is so amazing. I am definitely buying more, and I'm gonna put them over the entire gym. Like, it's not even a question. The whole gym is gonna be covered in these. Okay, quick thing. I just installed this barbell holder for the wall, but I did notice when I went to hang it up that the bottom part here actually hits the wall and is currently resting on the wall right now. And so while I know I will be super careful every time I go to hang this thing up, I cannot guarantee that everybody will be just as careful or even know that it has the potential to hit the wall. So I went on Amazon and I picked up these wall bumpers that you would typically use to stop your doorknob from hitting the wall. But I figured, why can't I just use it for the purpose that I need it for, which is to stop my barbell from hitting the wall. They are perfect for what I need them for. They're black, they're sleek. It's not gonna take up a lot of real estate on the wall. And it's not gonna take me a lot of time to install this. You literally just take it off and stick it to the wall and that's it. Boom. And since this is a double barbell storage solution. I'm gonna do it again. I don't have a second one yet, so I'm just going to move this one over so I can make sure I have the spacing correct. Okay, so now that's in place. Just gonna put them on and line them up. Make sure they're relatively even. And done. I think that is good. Once I get one that is longer, because this was a 6 foot just for me, but when I get one of the 7 foot ones, I will just add an additional bumper to the wall. And I have 4 more so that I have enough to add more to the wall later. Okay, checking in. I still have a few things that I need to do in here before I can consider it finished. Honestly, for me, it's never gonna be finished because I'm always figuring out something to change, flip around, rearrange, add to the space, take away, whatever. I still need to figure out how to get the weight plates on the wall with the pegs that I bought, but I'm not gonna figure that out for this video. I just do not have the energy or the capacity right now. And then also, I want to do some cord management, cable management around where I have certain things plugged in. Also, something that I'm not gonna focus on for this video because I think it's good enough right now. But what I am gonna do for this video is finish these shelves and decorate them. I went shopping around my house, found a bunch of different stuff that I wanna add here. I wanna keep it minimal and not add too much stuff up there, but I do want it to be decorative. I want it to feel spa-like. I want there to be some things over there that I actually use so that there is a balance of decoration and function. I want to show you something else that I've done for down here. When you go to commercial gyms, they provide you with towels and, sweat rags. So I want to make sure to bring those types of elements into my home gym as well. And I'm going to show you how I fold them so that I could put them very neatly into this basket like this. One is missing because that was the one I was just holding, but yeah, so I'll have this basket here and sitting on this cabinet that is going to be filled with these towels for us to use when we are working out. So to start, you just take your hand towel, you lay it down so that it forms a diamond. You take the side, preferably the side with the tag, and fold it. Now, some people fold it evenly where there's one triangle here, there's one triangle here, and it makes like an even space. I like to fold it a little bit uneven, and I'll show you why, but I take this probably like 90% of the way and then fold this one on top of it like so. I flip it over, and it looks a little odd right now, but I'll show you why. Then you fold this up like this, and you just roll. I like to fold it uneven because then it gives me this little lip here to tuck the roll into itself. And now you have a nice little spa roll. It's all about those little small moments that just elevate the experience that you have at home so that you don't need to go anywhere else. For this top shelf, since I can't actually access it to be able to get anything off of it that I need, this one will be purely decorative. I'm just gonna put this, see how I like this large vase. Put the vase. I got this picture frame from IKEA. Then I just went on Canva and made a very simple design. I found kind of like a watercolor background so that it wasn't just plain white. You probably can't even see it on camera, but it's a watercolor effect back there. And then I found this illustration of some dumbbells, and I felt like that was perfect for the gym. It's still very minimal, but it makes sense here in the gym. And yeah, I didn't want any words or anything like that. I just felt like this told the story that I was looking for it to tell. Let's see how that looks up here. I'm gonna put that there. And then I like to style in groups of 3, so I'm gonna see what I have over there that can go right here. I'm not gonna fill this entire shelf. I just don't think that makes sense. And then it's more stuff to dust. I'm gonna just find one more thing to put here. Okay, so I have this object here. I don't even know what to call it. I think I got this from Home Goods. I've seen a lot of these interesting stone types of things. So I'm gonna just put that here. And I've got 3 ranges of height. I've got the greenery here. I've got mixed materials. I have a black picture frame here. I've got a mat planter here with some greenery that I will have to make sure I dust very regularly. And then I've got this stone on top of the wood. And I just think this gives a really nice mix of materials, visual appeal, interest, height, movement, etc. I'm actually pretty satisfied with this. I may play around with the positioning of it, but for the most part, this is the top shelf. Next, we have this middle shelf. It is still a little bit high for me, but I can reach it. So if there is anything that I would need to grab off of here, this is probably the place I'll put things that are lesser used, but it doesn't fit well in the cabinet. I don't want to forget about it and know that I still have them. So I want to just sit them out here. Also going to leverage this as another decorative moment. So I'm going to mix the function and the decoration on this shelf. I have these yoga blocks that I got from Amazon. They came 2 in a pack. I don't remember how much they cost, but I'll link everything and then also include it on my blog. I want to put these here. This is one of those like out of sight, out of mind things. If I put it in a cabinet, I'm gonna forget that I have them and probably order some more. So I wanna sit them out, but I don't wanna just stack them like this or like this because I feel like that doesn't give it any movement or visual appeal. So I'm gonna do them like this. Yeah, I think I like that. The next thing is this silver orb that I actually had on here already. I might just put this in the middle. And then we know groups of 3. So I need another thing. I think I want this shelf to all be the same height. I've got the tall, medium, small thing going at the top. I think I might want this to all be the same level. So we're gonna see. Okay, this is perfect. I got this from Walmart. It was probably like $7 on sale. And I'm not gonna put anything in it. I'm just gonna put it on the shelf and see how I like it. Okay, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I like. Okay, that's great. Just move everything around. Looks great. I like it. Finally, we have the top of this cabinet here. I want this to be the most useful space because this is what I can actually reach. I have a few things. I have this essential oil diffuser that I had from when my kids were babies and I used to do this in their rooms. I also have this Luxe diffuser oil that I want to put in here to kind of make it spa-like. For me, it's not going to be enough to just sit these on the cabinet. I need to corral them in some way, so I found this tray in my house. I guess this is a marble stone with silverish, goldish, champagne color legs. I got this years ago. I'm going to put this in the corner. And corral it that way. I think that looks very nice. Okay, so then the next thing I already showed you was this basket of towels. I want this to be accessible as well. So I'm gonna put this here in the middle. And then that way I can always reach for it. I know where it is. It's easy to grab. I don't have to worry about reaching up. It's right here where I need it. And the final thing, I had this bowl that I got from Crate & Barrel a long time ago, and I used to use it for my remotes for the Samsung TV as well as the Amazon Fire Stick remote in my basement, but I got a different bowl and that's much bigger and better. This one was not being used. It was just underneath a cabinet, just kind of being stored. So I thought I would revive this and put this here in the gym. And I'm gonna put it here on the corner, and what I can use it for is to store like the clips for the weight plates, the bumper plates. I've got some more types of clips, and I've got some workout gloves that I need readily accessible as well. So I can just put these things in the basket and then I can go to that pretty quickly. Beautiful, minimal, and functional all at the same time. And I can always change it up if I want to.